Hey there, this is Ceymone, and welcome to my Rainbow Six Siege Year 7 Season 4 installment of my Everything Coming series. In this video, I'll be going over nearly every change coming in Operation Solar Raid. This includes information from the official patch notes, blog posts, and the test server itself. This video will contain chapters and timestamps in the description if you're looking for something specific. There will be supplemental clips and screenshots on the video, but I do design these as listenable experiences, so feel free to put it on whatever playback speed suits you and listen while you cook dinner, go on a walk, or whatever meets your fancy. If you find this useful, consider liking the video or subscribing to my channel. I mostly make Siege content right now, but you'll find a nice little array of different games on my channel. But for now, let's get into the content. The Ubisoft team touted Operation Solar Raid as one of Siege's biggest seasons to date, and the teams have certainly worked hard to deliver some major changes to the game to meet that standard. The roadmap promised, and the teams are delivering the following: a new operator hailing from Colombia, a brand new competitive map, cross-play, cross-progression, Rank 2.0, a battle pass, reworked at that, and the beta reputation system score display. We also have anti-toxicity and security measures to look forward to, along with much-needed quality of life and balancing updates. We can expect 2 elite bundles during the season. Operation Solar Raid will also be continuing its story narrative by introducing the third squad following Nighthaven and Wolfguard. Ghosteyes will be the focal squad of Operation Solar Raid and is the squad of secrecy, stealth, and intel. Led by Kavera, the spooky lady herself, Ghosteyes boasts the best intel operators in the game: Zero, Maverick, Nook, Sophia, Glaz, Yana, Flores, Vigil, Legion, Valkyrie, Warden, Mozzie, and the new operator. Operation Solar Raid is introducing a brand new intel-based defender to the game. Hailing from Colombia, Ana Diaz, better known as her codename Solis, is a technological specialist with passions for computers and literature. She's a member of the AFEAU, a Colombian urban counterterrorism special forces group. Her time with this group taught her the dangers of entering a fight if you don't have all the information. She will be joining the new Ghosteyes squad, a good fit for someone who values truth and information as much as Solis. She has a need for absolute clarity, and as a scholar of linguistics, speaks in very precise words. Solis excels in counterintelligence and investigative work, while also maintaining an interest in monitoring systemic corruption on the dark web. Finally, she has an intense duty to protect as the eldest of 4, which extends to her fellow operators. Her gadget is the perfect supplement to these characteristics, so I will delay no further in revealing it to you. Solis' gadget is called the Spec.io Electro Sensor. It is comprised of 3 major components: the helmet, the bracelet, and the gloves. These components work together as an augmented reality headset that Solis uses to gather information about nearby electronic attacker gadgets in real time. The electro sensor can detect up to 15 electronics, but can only identify up to 5 of them at a time. The headset's HUD has an indicator for how many gadgets are currently detected, or max if the maximum number has been reached. To see the gadget's icon or to be scannable, the gadget must be inside the scan zone in the HUD. Solis can detect gadgets within 15 meters. The headset operates on a battery, similar to Warden and Nook's gadgets. In Solis' case, the headset can be active for up to 20 seconds before its battery is completely drained. She can use the gadget again as long as it has at least half of its battery, which takes 10 seconds to accumulate from empty. It will take an additional 10 seconds to reach full charge, for a total of 20 seconds from empty to full. While Solis can see the electronics in real time while her headset is active, her teammates cannot. Solis cannot use the yellow ping to smart ping gadgets like IQ can. However, she can expend the remaining charge of her headset to use her secondary ability, a scanning pulse that will smart ping up to 5 of the currently identified gadgets. If Solis prefers to preserve her gadget's battery, she will need to use effective communication to let her team know what the attackers are up to or warn of any identified threats such as claymores. Solis is able to identify a plethora of attacker electronic-based gadgets. As IQ is known to say, if it runs by battery, she'll see it. In general, the Spec.io Electro Sensor can detect claymores, breach charges, hard breach charges, drones, phones, and the diffuser. Better yet, she can see those devices as soon as they're in the hands of the attacker in real time, and up until detonation or deactivation. She cannot see the operator when they press the detonator, however. Where drones and cameras are concerned, Solis is only able to detect those devices when they are actively being used, separating her from the likes of IQ. So while Solis is a menace for hunting those pesky flank watch and pre-placed drones, good coordination can keep your best devices hidden for as long as possible. Solis is able to spot the diffuser as well. If an attacker drops the diffuser on the floor, Solis can locate it with her gadget. Solis can also see the diffuser as it is being planted, allowing her to act as a pulse or warden alternative when smoke or verticality is masking line of sight. If Solis detects the planted diffuser with her gadget, it will be automatically located for her entire team. Solis can also detect a wide array of attackers' unique gadgets. This includes roam clearing operators such as Grim, Lion, and Jackal. Solis can see the canister from which Grim's bees deploy, but she cannot detect the bees themselves, a fact for which we should probably be grateful. Lion can be spotted when he is activating his EE1D scan, during the duration of the scan, and for a bit longer after it's completed. However, that last part may be a bug. Jackal can be spotted in real time anytime his visor is active, but there is no unique tell for when he is scanning footprints. The intel operators, Zero, Yana, Dokkaebi, Twitch, and IQ, will also all need to be wary when they use their gadgets. Solis can detect Zero when his Argus launcher is in his hand, as well as his cameras, but only when someone is actively observing with the camera. Yana's clone can be detected, and Yana herself can be detected once the clone is fully deployed and active. Dokkaebi can be detected when initiating a call or hacking a phone. However, you cannot spot hacked cameras. Twitch can be spotted if she's actively using a drone, and her shock drones can be spotted as any other drone. Solis cannot spot her if she's only holding the drone in her hand. IQ can be detected while using her own electronic scanner, but Solis will need to be careful, as it is a two-way street in this case, which I'll cover in the counters section. All three main hard breachers can be detected by Solis in real time when their gadget is in their hands, as well as when it's placed on a surface. For Ace's Selma, Solis can detect the currently deploying canister. For Hibana, each grouping of pellets, whether it be in groups of 2, 4, or 6, will be grouped as one icon. So if Hibana fires one set of 2 pellets and one set of 4, Solis will see 2 icons. If Hibana fires 2 sets of 2 pellets, Solis will still see 2 icons. Thermite can be seen when holding and placing his exothermic charge. As for the stragglers in this list, Solis can also detect the gadgets of Blitz, Finka, Flores, Fuse, Nomad, Sens, and Ying. When Blitz has his shield equipped, Solis can see him at all times. However, if he puts the shield on his back, he is able to escape this detection. When Finka activates her adrenal surge, Solis can see Finka during the entire duration of the boost. However, she cannot see the boosted teammates. She can detect Flores' drone while it's in his hands, when it's on the move, and Flores himself when he's on his phone piloting it. The cluster charge deployment canister can be detected whether it's in Fuse's hands or placed on a surface. It can be detected for a while after the last explosion has detonated, which may be a bug. Nomad's air jabs can be detected once they're deployed. If Solis is thrown by an air jab while her gadget is active, her headset will deactivate. The headset can detect the projector component of Sen's green screens, the part that sits on the ground. Finally, Solis can detect Ying's candela, but not Ying herself, even when her glasses have activated to prevent her from being flashed by her own device. Gadgets that are mechanical in nature cannot be detected by Solis. This includes Ash's breaching rounds, Amaru's Gara hook, Blackbeard's shield, Buck's skeleton key, Capital's crossbow, Glaz's thermal scope, Gridlock's track stingers, Callie's lance, Maverick's blowtorch, Montaigne's shield, Osa's shield, Sledge's hammer, Thatcher's EMP grenades, or the secondary EMPs, and Zophia's launcher. Solis synergizes very well with Mozzie, as she can guide the drone hacker to victims during the preparation phase as attackers are piloting their drones to find the objective. Solis can also synergize very well with Bandit, especially in a bandit tricking situation. Since Solis is able to see the hard breachers in real time when their gadget is in their hand, she has an upper hand in knowing which wall is the target. This adds a crucial number of extra moments, whereas a player using only Bandit would need to rely primarily on hearing. Solis can use this same ability to synergize with Kaid and Mute, although its use case is not quite as clear-cut or active. She can also aid in impact tricking, both with her ability to see the gadgets as well as, spoiler alert, having impact grenades herself. In general, her ability to detect so many gadgets allows her to get an increased understanding or prediction of where the attack is pushing and what their goals may be. This intel can be used to readjust sight to better counter the attack's most likely execution path, whether that be changing operator positioning or rotating utility. With her ability to see the diffuser, Solis can facilitate a plant denial even if the attack is using smoke grenades, where she would act as a warden alternative, or if they're planting in an off-meta position. Whether she uses her gadget to get the job done herself or relays the information to someone like a Smoke, Tachanka, or C4 wielding operator, the plant is never safe if Solis is watching. Despite her wide array of detection abilities, Solis is not without her counters. Most notably is her gadget itself. The electro sensor requires the use of both of Solis's hands, so she cannot wield a gun or secondary utility when her gadget is active. This leaves her very vulnerable if she is pushed when she is in this state, as it does take her about 2 seconds to have her gun back up. Solis is very similar to the attacker IQ, who wields an electronic detecting wrist attachment. IQ can use her scanner to detect Solis, who is using her own sensor. However, IQ's distance of detection is 20 meters, 5 meters greater than Solis's. This means IQ has the potential of seeing Solis 5 meters before Solis can see her. That being said, IQ can only see silhouettes of the electronics, and Solis only shows up as a small box, which can be very difficult to notice. IQ has the added benefit of being able to use her sidearm simultaneously with her scanner, whereas Solis cannot have her gun and scanner out at the same time. Solis's gadget is susceptible to disruption by EMP grenades, both from Thatcher or the secondary variant. As a reminder, Thatcher's EMPs disable electronics for 15 seconds, while the secondary EMPs only disable for 9 seconds. Solis cannot use her headset while affected by an EMP, and the recharge of her gadget will also be frozen until the EMP effect wears off. If one of Zophia's concussion grenades hits its mark on Solis, her gadget will deactivate, although if she has enough battery, Solis can reactivate it. Depending on the intent, this could be a counter or hindrance, depending if you want Solis's ability to see something disrupted, or if you want her to remain vulnerable with her gadget active. Solis cannot see the devices if she is flashed, although they do not disrupt the gadget itself. The average roam clearing operators can be utilized to track down a roaming Solis, Grim, Lion, and Jackal. As a whole, Solis's Spec.io electro sensor is an incredibly powerful intelligence gathering tool on the defensive side, very similar to the attacker IQ. Oftentimes, she will know where you are before you know where she is, and she can use the information she sees to slyly piece together the attack strategy while they are none the wiser. On the attack, it will be imperative to watch what you have in your hands. Use of electronic gadgets will need to be conservative and intentional with a Solis on the board. Otherwise, you may reveal your plan prematurely and give the defense too much opportunity to react and counter you. Her gadget can be used as a warden or thermal camera alternative for smoke plant situations, since she can see the diffuser regardless of smoke concealing it or the planter. She can also act as a situational pulse type operator, using her ability to see electronics in real time as a way to track operators' movements. Her ability to deny plant from below is notable. The attack may try to utilize their cunning to trick Solis into interpreting their plan incorrectly, or they may use the several counters to Solis, such as IQ or EMPs, to hinder her ability to use her gadget or to locate and dispatch her. At the end of the day, her gadget makes her a supreme intel collector. Solis's loadout is certainly an interesting one. For her first primary option, Solis has access to the P90 SMG, available to Dock and Rook. Solis will only have the 1x attachments for the P90. For her other primary option, she may choose to bring the ITA-12L, the shotgun carried by Jackal and Mira. Fear not the choice of the shotgun, as Solis will be the fourth operator to be able to vibe with a shotgun primary and the SMG-11 secondary, carried by Mute, Smoke, and Amaru. Solis is a 2-speed, 2-health operator, so her ability to move and her ability to tank shots is right in the middle of the road. She has a smaller frame than most operators, similar in size to Mozzie and Kavera. For secondary utility options, Solis can bring 2 impact grenades or 1 bulletproof camera. Overall, Solis is a team player with one of the most powerful observation tools in the game for intel gathering. With the information she gathers and with some effective communication with her team, Solis can turn the tide of a round by influencing the defense's decisions based on the detected real-time actions of the attack. Her loadout with the shotgun and impact grenades gives her the ability to be a useful site architect if she so wishes, making rotations and so forth. The SMG-11 secondary makes the choice of the primary shotgun a much more comfortable one. Solis' gadget can pair well with either the impact grenades or the bulletproof camera, as the former can be used to destroy gadgets or impact trick, and the latter can make use of the EMP dart to disable the very same electronic gadgets that Solis can detect. Personally, I really like Solis' design, gadget, and loadout, and I look forward to playing her more. In addition to the introduction of Solis, there will be several operator balancing changes coming to the game. The movement speed of operators while they are aiming down sights will be normalized in Solar Raid. Currently, when ADS'd, 1-speed operators move at a rate of 2.34 meters per second. 2-speed operators move a little faster at a rate of 2.6 meters per second, and 3-speed operators move the quickest at a rate of 2.73 meters per second. This allowed the quick operators to more quickly move about while aiming, giving them an overall peeking advantage, particularly when rounding doorways or corners. With the game's one-shot headshot mechanic, this could prove very frustrating. To bring gunfights to a more equal playing field, Solar Raid will normalize the ADS movement speed of all operators, regardless of speed rating, to that of the 1-speed operators like Rook or Gridlock. This means that while ADSing, any and all operators will move at a rate of 2.34 meters per second. This will remove the advantage that 3-speed operators have in a gunfight against 1-speed operators if both players have good aim. 3-speed operators will still be able to advance to the site quicker, as long as they're not constantly ADSing, of course, and 1-speed operators will still be able to tank a bit more damage with their greater amount of health. Another balancing change that will affect all operators is a hipfire normalization change. The precision of shots when shooting from the hip will now always be the same regardless of stance. Currently, hipfire precision increases as the operator goes from standing to crouching to prone, where a prone operator's hipfire precision is at its best. In Solar Raid, the precision will be normalized to the precision of a standing operator, regardless of their current stance. This season, only one operator will be receiving a change to their gadget itself. Alibi's Prisma will no longer be detected as an enemy when it's thrown outside. This will remove a frustrating mechanic when a Prisma is thrown in a hard-to-reach location and constantly displays the enemy detected warning on the screens of the attackers. Alibi's passive ability of hiding the identities of defenders who are outside will remain intact. In an effort to curb her current power, Alibi's MX4 Storm SMG will be losing the 1.5 attachment. While Alibi is the only operator getting a scope attachment change, other operators will be receiving various damage, capacity, and recoil balancing changes. The AK-12 carried by Ace and Fuse will face a damage reduction from 45 to 40. Jackal's C7E will be getting a capacity increase from 25 to 30. Last season, they split off recoil balancing between PC and console. On PC only, the FMG-9 and Smoke and Nook's arsenals will have increased vertical recoil, as well as increased general spread of horizontal recoil with a slight tendency to the left. On console only, the SP-41 carried by Finka and Fuse, and Zofia's LMG-E will experience a greater first bullet kick intensity as well as increased vertical recoil. In line with the changes to ADS movement speed, several operators are receiving updates to their health speed rating to hopefully bring them into balance. These are the operators getting a boost to their speed. Dokkaebi is going from 2 health 2 speed to 1 health 3 speed. Echo is going from 3 health 1 speed to 2 health 2 speed. Sens is going from 3 health 1 speed to 1 health 3 speed, a complete flip-flop, and Zero is going from 2 health 2 speed to 1 health 3 speed. This change will make the operators move a bit quicker, at least when they're not aiming down sights, at the sacrifice of some health. The following operators will be getting a boost to their health instead. Aruni is going from 2 health 2 speed to 3 health 1 speed. Ella is going from 1 health 3 speed to 2 health 2 speed. Malusi is going from 1 health 3 speed to 3 health 1 speed, another complete 180. Mute is going from 2 health 2 speed to 3 health 1 speed. Osa is going from 2 health 2 speed to 3 health 1 speed. Sledge is going from 2 health 2 speed to 3 health 1 speed. Thatcher is going from 2 health 2 speed to 3 health 1 speed. Thunderbird is going from 1 health 3 speed to 2 health 2 speed, and Zofia is going from 2 health 2 speed to 3 health 1 speed. So many more operators of the thick variety will be in the game as it continues to incentivize slow and deliberate gameplay, but the number of 3-speed operators in the game as a whole will still be balanced the same. However, attack has gained 3 and the defense has lost 3. This should mitigate the number of highly aggressive attacking defenders and give the attack an edge mobility-wise, as they should with the burden of action in a round. As promised on the roadmap, the map that was originally slated for release during Year 7 Season 3 Operation Brutal Swarm will be making its debut at season launch. I'm happy to introduce Nighthaven Labs, featuring the very same Nighthaven research headquarters that Nook infiltrated in the Brutal Swarm animated installment. Located on the coast of Singapore, this map boasts an exotic and paradise-like environment. The map itself has a corporate and modern feel to it. It has many different access points to its 3 floors, many of which do not require rappelling to reach. One quirk to note is that there are some external areas that look awfully indoor-like. I wish these transitions were more concrete. The top floor, or second floor, is a meeting and strategic type space, including rooms like the command center. If you enjoy lore like I do, you can go to the meeting room to hear a recording of Callie's psych notes on the new Nighthaven recruits, including Pulse, who I still maintain is a mole. If you're quick and brave enough, there's a hatch outside that leads into the building. You can find this hatch straight away outside of the south meeting room window, and reinforcing it may just be worth the effort. The first floor of Nighthaven Labs is the largest, most complex floor, and is largely themed around employee and visitor services. This includes the lobby and cafeteria. The basement is the smallest and harbors Nighthaven's research and development lab. Navigating this map can be a little difficult at first, especially since it has 5 staircases, but no staircase provides access to all 3 floors. If you would like any help learning the floor layout and callouts, I made some maps of each floor, including compass callouts, breachable walls, hatches, default cameras, doors, and windows. You can pause here to view them, or you can follow the link in the description to save the PNG images from my Twitter post. Once you do manage to learn the map a bit, rotating and navigating can feel very fast and feels very rewarding. But learn it fast you must, because there is a new change coming to map ban and Solar Raid. At launch, Nighthaven Labs will be entering into every playlist including ranked. And in the playlists that have map ban, like ranked and unranked, you will not be able to ban it for the entire duration of the season. To balance this, all maps have an equal chance of appearing in the map ban. No favors will be granted to the new map beyond its immunity to banning. One more small detail to note is that Favela was removed from the ranked playlist on the test server. However, this was not mentioned in any of the patch notes for Solar Raid, so it may not be a change coming to the live playlists, but it was definitely worth noting. As usual, if you found the information in this video useful, please drop a like. If you enjoy Siege or Extraction content, consider subscribing to this channel, and if you prefer to watch gameplay live, I have a consistent stream schedule over on twitch.tv/Ceymone. Right now I stream every Tuesday evening from around 7:30 to 10 PM Eastern Standard Time. Let's move on to the new features coming in Operation Solar Raid. The current ranked system in Siege has 7 main ranks from Copper to Champion, with varying numbers of divisions within each rank. For example, Silver has 5 divisions, Silver 5 through Silver 1, each separated by 100 MMR, while Platinum has 3 divisions, Platinum 3 through Platinum 1, each separated by 300 MMR. At the start of each season, your MMR would be soft reset at the halfway point between 2500 MMR and your final rank at the end of the previous season. You would then play 10 placement matches at about plus or minus 140 or so MMR per win or loss, before being officially given your rank based on your MMR value. The intent was to place players where they belong as fast as possible. However, due to the wide array of skill across the ranks, this often led to a feeling of RNG or bad luck having too great of an impact on your placement. This left players who had a very unlucky set of placements struggling to get out, especially if their friends were above the 1000 MMR squad restriction. Or players who had a very lucky set of placements existing far above their actual skill level. All of these factors could create anxiety for players, myself included, as well as a breakdown in trust of the system as a whole. To address the failings of the current ranked system, Operation Solar Raid will introduce a complete and total rework to the ranked playlist called Rank 2.0. The first component of the rework is a normalization of the ranks and divisions. In Rank 2.0, we will be getting a brand new rank called Emerald, which will reside between Platinum and Diamond. Each rank will now have 5 divisions within it, from 5 to 1. To advance to any new division, you will need to earn 100 rank points. Rank points bring us to the second major component of Rank 2.0. Currently, your MMR represents your rank in Siege. Rank 2.0 will be splitting off rank from your MMR. Rank will be represented by your division, which you will earn or lose by gaining or losing ranked points when you win or lose a ranked match. In essence, rank is your progression. Your MMR will become a hidden value that represents your skill. Your skill will affect how quickly you rank up as well as matchmaking. While skill will carry over on all playlists from season to season, your rank will not. At the beginning of each season, each and every player, regardless of their previous season's rank or their skill, will start with 0 rank points at the bottom of the ladder, Copper 5, and they'll forego placement matches altogether. To preserve the experience for everyone, the squad restriction will also be removed. The skill system and a new algorithm will instead take the brunt of the responsibility to ensure matchmaking is fair. As a bonus quality of life addition, they've also implemented a demotion shield, wherein if you just barely would have lost a division, the game will spare you some rank points and let you keep your current division for one more game, thus providing a merciful second chance. The final major component to Rank 2.0 is the brand new rewards system. Currently, when you get a rank in Siege, you will earn a single charm at the end of the season, corresponding to the highest rank you were able to reach. This led to awkward situations where the Copper charm was as rare as the Diamond charm, and there were some players who would even throw placements to earn that rare charm. In Rank 2.0, each division will contain its own reward that players unlock as they progress. This includes rank charms, alpha packs, background cards, and so on. As it stands now, players will receive all of the rewards they were able to unlock at the end of the season. All in all, I like how the new ranked system looks, and I do believe it will relieve some of my greater stressors in ranked, especially since it seems to give you much more rank points when you win in a rank lower than your skill than when you lose. At some point, several losses still may not deplete the progress of a single win. However, if this was simply escalated in the test server for the testing experience, I do not know. It also seems to level out once you're reaching a division more in line with your skill, but it does make me optimistic, especially as someone who maintained a Platinum 1 level MMR in the casual system, but struggled to stay out of gold while playing ranked itself. Let me know in the comments how you like the current system versus Rank 2.0. Do you think you'll be playing more or less of the ranked playlist in Operation Solar Raid? Crossplay has been on Ubisoft and the community's radar for a long time, and they began rollout of this mechanic with PC and streaming platforms. Operation Solar Raid will complete their intended vision of crossplay. All console platforms will be able to play together, including Xbox and PlayStation. Voice chat will also be enabled cross-platform. However, the console and PC communities will still remain in separate pools, although in the reveal panel they notably said yet, so perhaps one day we will get a very casual playlist open to every platform. Players will be opted into crossplay by default, but may choose to opt out in the options menu if they prefer. While I am not one of them, many players have Siege accounts on both console, maybe even several consoles, and PC. Currently, each platform's account is completely separate regarding progression, renown, in-game currency, cosmetics, and so on. In Operation Solar Raid, there will be a cross-platform synchronization such that your data will be shared on all platforms through your Ubisoft Connect account. You can check out the November 22nd cross-platform synchronization blog post linked in the description for all the details on this data sync. Screenshots of that blog post are appearing on this video as well. But to summarize it, some data like Renown, R6 credits, unlocked operators, and cosmetics will be consolidated on all accounts, so you'll always have the sum of the parts and shared moving forward. Other data like clearance level will use the highest value amongst all the platforms and move forward using that value. For example, if you have a clearance level of 52 on Xbox and a clearance level of 300 on PC, your new clearance level will be 300 on both platforms. Some data, like your current rank or skill, will only be shared on similar platforms, like between different consoles. Finally, data like loadouts, customization, and settings will remain specific to each platform unchanged. To accommodate for possible lost alpha pack progress during the synchronization, your Ubisoft Connect account will receive one free alpha pack. To avoid any issues and to ensure the synchronization goes as smoothly as possible, please make sure you have all your Siege platforms linked to your Ubisoft account before December 6th. Ranked isn't the only system getting a major rework in Operation Solar Raid. The Battle Pass will be getting a whole new look as well. The current Battle Pass is a linear progression with 100 tiers of exclusive rewards and cosmetics on the free and premium tracks. After tier 100, you can earn an alpha pack every 5 tiers. In the new Tactical Battle Pass, the progression has been restructured into a choose-your-own-adventure style with many branches and paths. As you play the game, you will earn Battle Pass tokens, which you can use to unlock tiles on the Battle Pass. 1 token unlocks 1 tile, which will contain the usual types of rewards: cosmetics, Alpha and Bravo packs, boosters, and so on. The new structure will allow players to unlock tiles in a path of their own choosing, so they can unlock the rewards they want the most faster. You'll still be able to unlock all the tiles for pass completion regardless of your chosen paths. There will even be special items like Battle Pass breach charges that can be used to unlock shortcuts in the paths. I am curious if the number of rewards will still be over 100 for premium pass holders, as they weren't clear on the number of tiles contained in each Battle Pass. I also wonder if the bonus tier alpha pack element will still be implemented, perhaps by letting you unlock a pack with 5 tokens if it were to mirror the current system. Only some tiles will contain rewards unlockable for those with the free pass, much like the current system. Premium pass holders will still maintain the benefits of receiving the tile reward on every tile, as well as other benefits including immediate access to the new operator with an exclusive headgear and uniform, 30% bonus Battle Pass progression, and a 10% shop discount. Personally, I've never had a problem completing the Battle Pass, but I do love that this new system will bring some choice to the pass that will allow players to maximize their time and rewards. Way back in April of 2019, Siege hosted its first Rainbow is Magic in-game event featuring a very pink version of the presidential plane map, a lovable hostage named Mr. Bear, and a pink kitty drone skin. Ever since that event, I wondered when drone skins would enter the game as a permanent cosmetic option. Operation Solar Raid will finally deliver. Some new drone cosmetics will be appearing in the Battle Pass, with more to come in the future. I hope to see my pink monstrosity at some point as well. Operation Solar Raid will also be introducing some quality of life updates to help player comfort and the overall feel of the game. A major change is coming to the preparation phase, the phase when defenders are setting up sight and attackers are droning. Friendly fire, or your ability to harm your teammates, is being disabled during that phase. This will remove the consequences of unfortunate rotation-related or misclick incidents during a portion of the round that is supposed to be about preparation. It will preserve the experience for players by ensuring that they can make it to the actual battle despite minor mistakes, and will also curb disruptive behavior. Friendly fire will activate once the action phase has begun, so beware if you're still setting up into the action phase. You can turn off this feature in custom games. The following 4 updates are HUD related. First, the bomb site icons and unplanned diffuser status. Currently, if a teammate drops the diffuser, whether intentionally or by being eliminated, the objective icon becomes the diffuser. Until the diffuser is picked back up, the context of where the bomb sites are located is lost. With the new change, all 3 icons will remain active such that you can still see where the located bomb sites are, as well as where the diffuser is located. The bomb icons will be yellow if the diffuser is currently picked up by a teammate, or black if the diffuser has been dropped somewhere. Overall, this maintains a nice point of reference for players so they can make educated decisions when approaching the site or diffuser. Second, in-game markers such as for runouts, pings, and objectives will stick to the side of your screen when they're not in your field of view. This will also help maintain a context and reduce the need to, as I say, Beyblade around trying to find a ping. Third, action reminder keywords will appear next to the action reminder icon. These are the reminders that appear when you can perform an action, such as repel or vault, and can be particularly useful to new players. This feature can be disabled in the HUD menu if you prefer a certain combination of text and icons or none at all. Fourth and finally, for HUD-related changes, a fix is coming to the progression bar for hold input actions to more accurately reflect the time you need to hold it down. This includes actions such as deployment or pickup. This actually affected me on the live build recently as Cavero when I had to redo an interrogation because I thought it had completed based on the bar, but it had not. In high caliber, the ability to switch the fire mode of your weapon from single fire to burst to fully automatic was removed. The only remnant of this feature that remained was that when gadgets had different modes, such as Capital's fire or smoke bolts, Zophia's concussion or impact grenades, or Hibana's pellet groupings, were equipped, you could use that same button to change the gadget's mode. Operation Solar Raid will use the void left by the weapon fire mode toggle to allow you to switch your gadget's mode without needing to equip it. This will let players plan out their actions without disrupting their momentum. The same mechanic should apply to Hibana, but this was bugged on the test server and is currently confirmed on R6 fix. The next quality of life update will be focused on controller players. Currently, drones are slowed when they strafe diagonally while using controller, and this limitation does not exist when using mouse and keyboard. This limitation is being removed for controller players and will apply to all drones, including Echo's yokai, and drones will move at full speed in all directions. The notification section on the main menu is getting a redesign to make it more readable and streamline interactions. The menu tile will show the number of unread notifications, and you will be able to mark notifications as read without deleting them. For players who use the Vulkan version of the game, support for AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution FSR 1.0 is coming to the graphics menu. This can be used to boost performance and graphics quality for a greater list of graphics cards. A change that I particularly enjoy, because I make videos such as this, is you'll be able to start online custom games with one team empty as long as there's at least one player in the lobby. This is very useful to me when I want to test synergies on the same team, but don't want or need a third party on the other team. I'm sure this will also help teams coordinate their site setup plans in a controlled environment. Finally, the shooting range, accessible from each operator's in-game page or the learning area in the play menu, is getting a nice quality of life update this season. By clicking the same button you would use to access the scoreboard in-game, usually Tab, you'll be able to access a new feature called the Shooting Records. This menu will record the weapons and attachments you've used in your current session, as well as the targets or damage from the lane. This will let players easily compare their performance using different loadouts and make an informed choice based on that easily comparable data. As someone who constantly debates between Flash Hider and Compensator on some of the more bouncy guns, I really appreciate this new feature. Over the last few seasons, the Siege teams have been steadily releasing accessibility customization options regarding color customization from reticles to team colors. In Solar Raid, the team color customization is being expanded to several operator devices and observation tools, particularly those with LEDs like cameras and drones, but also utilities such as barbed wire, claymore, and even Aruni Surya gates. This change will let players more easily distinguish at a glance between friendly or foe gadgets. Currently, the color options will still be limited to blue, red, or orange. More color options and supported gadgets are scheduled to follow in Year 8 to further accessibility and customization. Controller players won't only have the drone strafe quality of life update to look forward to. The menu will also be opening up its capabilities to include optional advanced controller options so you can fine-tune the feel you want. This will include the ability to change values for things like look and ADS acceleration. Since its deployment in June 2022, the reputation system has been gathering information on player behavior quietly in the background. Regarding friendly fire and text chat abuse, it has already started doling out sanctions such as persistent reverse friendly fire or muted chat. The reputation score will be entering into beta in Operation Solar Raid, allowing players to see how the reputation system has perceived their behavior. The system reflects how it views a player's behavior by giving the player a standing. There will be two negative standings, dishonorable and disruptive, with the former being the worst of the worst. In the future, players with these standings will receive consequences such as negative modifiers on renown or other sanctions. The neutral standing of respectable will be used for average players. Finally, there will be two positive standings, esteemed and exemplary, with exemplary players exhibiting model behavior. Players in good standing will receive awards, such as multiplier to renown or other rewards. However, players will be spared the consequences and awards during Solar Raid. Rather, your standing will be revealed to you so that you may have the opportunity to correct or continue your course of action. The reward and consequence aspect of the system is slated to release in Year 8. Your standing will not be shared with players you meet in-game. At season release, check out the new menu tile for reputation to see your standing, any active penalties, and the accompanying How It Works guide for more details. I hope that as the reputation system grows, it continues to promote healthy in-game behaviors and curb toxicity, and this is already partially proven by a notable decrease in team kills per round. The Reputation Score Beta isn't the only player protection feature coming into the game during Operation Solar Raid, although it was the one I had more details to give you. However, there is a new security measure being implemented into the game to fight cheating, as this problem has taken a priority position for Ubisoft. They won't release details on the system to preserve its effectiveness and sanctity, which I'm totally on board with. They will continue to monitor its effectiveness and will return with insights for us, likely in the next anti-cheat blog post. I normally don't get into lore or evaluations in these videos, because there's usually a lot of facts to cover, but this time I'm taking the time in the conclusion to just briefly chit-chat about what I think Operation Solar Raid and Solis is going to mean overall to the current story regarding the Nighthaven mystery and Nook's identity. In the November 18th blog, the phrase, "the truth comes to light" in Operation Solar Raid was used. This of course applies to Solis's intel gathering gadget. However, I believe it is also a sneak peek into the story. As a counterintelligence and investigative specialist with a penchant for computers and even a hobby in monitoring systemic corruption on the dark web, which is not exactly the most decrypted place on the internet, I believe Solis will be the operator to decrypt the data that Nook was able to secure from the Nighthaven data center. Furthermore, I think Ghosteyes as a whole will be taking action on Grim and Nighthaven's threats to Nook's identity, particularly since they also made threats to someone Nook is trying to keep safe. I believe that person is likely her mother, who she has a ferociously close relationship with. Threatening her is not likely to end well for Nighthaven. Hi, this is editing Ceymone. So it's Thursday right now, and they actually released a little animated trailer with Solis and Cav infiltrating the Nighthaven base. They gave us a little more tidbits into the lore. I'm keeping this bit in. But it seems like Solis is having an active role as well in the infiltration, so... And I still might be right, so... I'm leaving it. You can go check out the video they posted in the description though, it's pretty neat. I have a lot of ideas and theories, but that about covers the main points, so we'll move on to the conclusion now. Operation Solar Raid is scheduled for live server release on Tuesday, December 6th. Premium Battle Pass holders will be able to immediately unlock Solis, while everyone else will be able to unlock her with Renown or R6 credits 2 weeks later, on December 20th. This season didn't have a lot of operator-specific changes, but there are several major system reworks that I believe will reinvigorate the core foundation of the game, particularly regarding movement and of course Rank 2.0. As usual, if you found information in this video useful, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, and comment down below your favorite change coming. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has fun in this new season.